So can you tell us about the kind of shenanigans that went on the set of The Judge? Is it true that Robert Downey hides food all over the set? When I saw you guys at TIFF, it looked like you all had tons of fun during the shoot. Thanks once again.
We did. Downey does hide food all over the set.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you why, but he does.
But there's a reason to it, though.
It makes perfect sense. And the fun we would have was a lot of the, especially during the scenes that were like heavy dramatic scenes, we wouldn't want everybody to get depressed, so in between stuff we would lighten things up, you know.
Yeah.
We would, you know, when you're sitting around with talented people like that, you can really go pretty far with how goofy you get, you know.
Yeah.
And we used to have like, we'd have who can play the best cowboy, who can play the best pirate. We would have like dueling pirates and dueling cowboys and dueling idiots and dueling whatever we thought of at the time.
That sounds like amazing.
And we would just go back and forth, and the three of us, Jeremy, him, and I would.
Tell me you guys got footage of that.
I hope not.
I hope so. I hope like the 20th anniversary of this will have like outtakes of this kind of stuff, man. It'll be a lot of fun. Another comment for Carol. She says you also have the charisma, Vincent. A lot of people will be watching The Judge just because you are in it.
Well, that's very sweet.
Is it hard for you to see yourself as a star, particularly because you focus so much on the character actor as opposed to coming and saying, I want to be the biggest star on the planet? Is it hard for you to sort of appreciate just how much you are appreciated?
I mean, I like anybody does, I like a compliment, you know. It's very nice to hear. As far as taking it any further than that, I really don't. I really don't put much thought into it. I just kind of do my job and get in and get out.
But does it get frustrating at times? Because there are times where I see actors who aren't nearly as talented as you,
Right.
Okay, and they're well known, they're on, you know, mugs and, you know, etc. They're A-listers, and I'm like, yeah, but they can't act, and this is acting.
It's all a relative thing, you know. I mean, if you can pull an audience, you can pull an audience, you know. If you're in it, you know, it's all entertainment. A lot of actors don't think that it's entertainment, but especially the serious ones, but I do believe it's still entertainment no matter what.
Well, so you're not a purist in that way.
I don't think it has anything to do with being a purist. I think it has to do with people when they were sitting around in caves telling stories around a fire back in the day. You know, if you're one of the people that get up and tell the story, then you're entertainment as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And that's what I am. I'm a storyteller. So you know, that's as far as I take it.
I know, you just have so much technique and skill. It's not like I get frustrated, other people don't. But that's my own hang-up, you know. The Flume writes in and says, Vincent, do people still ask you about your role as Dawson/Thor in Adventures in Babysitting, or is it just me right now? How did that role change the direction of your career?
People do ask me about that, because I guess I was the first Thor.
Yeah.
But Adventures in Babysitting, that's interesting. That was my third film. I did Full Metal Jacket, Mystic Pizza, and then Adventures in Babysitting. So it was a very good thing to do at the time.
That was an odd, it's an odd mix, an odd triumvirate.
Yeah.
So,
but again, I didn't want anybody to be able to put me in a niche. You know, I wanted to throw people off at who I was and what I was going to do next at the time when I was younger.
And Full Metal Jacket, Adventures in Babysitting, and Mystic Pizza certainly wouldn't be predictable.
Very, very different.
Yes, fair enough. There are some people who have questions for you as well. We have a video question coming in.
Cool. All
right. Let's go with it.
How did your relationship with Robert Downey Jr. influence your decision to work on the Daredevil project with Marvel, Disney, and Netflix? And how is this project different than anything you've done before, or is it different at all?
Well, it's tricky because these days, you know, I did Jurassic World this summer, which is coming out, and I'm doing this Marvel Netflix series. You do these projects these days, and you're not allowed to talk about them. So I can't. There's very little I can say. I did talk to Downey about the Marvel project, and just to see how he felt about the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And he has nothing but great things to say about it, and had nothing but great things to say about when I spoke to him. But it really what attracted me to the Marvel, it's a Netflix series, and it's being approached as, when we're shooting, as a giant 13-hour film. Like they're going to release all 13 at one time.
Yeah.
So the big fans will be able to watch everything in one sitting if they care to, you know.
And they will.
Yeah.
If you're a Marvel fan, you're going to watch all.
I think so. And, you know, that's really what attracted to me. Jeff Loeb, who runs the television over there at Marvel, is a great guy and a very interesting guy. And we had a lot of really good conversations early on about the project and about the character Kingpin that I'm playing, this guy Wilson Fisk, which is an iconic character in the Marvel Universe. And I think that's what really got me on the show.
A lot of pressure to play Marvel characters, man. Because the people
Yeah.
who are into that, they go back and cross-reference stuff. And I mean, Anthony Mackie told me this. It's like there's a whole kind of level of pressure because the fans have an expectation. Not just that you'll be awesome, but that you'll be what they read.
It's true. It's true. It makes you really enthusiastic about it. It makes me even more enthusiastic when I know that people are expecting a certain thing.
Have you ever had a role that was intimidating because of the expectations?
No. No, you get a real shot at it when you, as an actor, you really have a shot. You really should always start at zero, and build off of that. You get your own shot, and if you've made the right choices, and it's written really well, you're going to be okay.
One show that was written fairly well is fairly well known as The Sopranos.
Yeah.
There's this rumor that you read for it.
I didn't read for it. I talked to David Chase about it early on. Yeah, not about the lead, not about the lead, but for one of the other parts. Yeah.
And
no, I decided not to do it.
And you still don't regret that?
No.
Why?
Well, it wasn't my show. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. I loved the show. I watched every episode. I thought it was fantastic. And the writing, speaking of writing, the writing on that was incredible. No, I just didn't. It just wasn't something that I wanted to do.
It's so amazing. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, that speaks to integrity. Typically, when people say they pass on something, it's because they didn't think it'd be successful. For you, it's actually about your connection to the scripts and to the project.
Yeah, I didn't feel like, going in and doing it. I just didn't.
No worries, man. There is a woman here who has been writing comments in the comment well since the moment we announced you were coming.
Okay.
Rona Barrymorin is here. She's one of our favorite commenters at HuffPost Live, and she was very excited to have you here. She joins us live now. Hey, Rona.
Big smile on her face.
Yeah, it's because of you, sir. She hates me, but she loves you.
Okay.
No, I love you too, Mark. And hi, Vincent.
Hi.
I have to say, this is the first time I've been giddy about speaking to someone.
Well,
so
giddy suits you. It suits you well.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I just knew you would be. Oh my gosh.
I've never seen you this excited.
Yeah. So what do? We just be giddy back and forth to each other?
At some point, she's going to ask a question, I think.
No, yeah, I do.
think,
And I just wanted to say, this is something that I wanted to share with you.
Yeah.
Your performance on Homicide: Life on the Street.
Right.
You were on an episode called Subway. And that was 17 years ago. But I wanted to let you know that was a wonderful performance between your character, John Lang, and Pendleton, watching that relationship develop. And when I don't want to get too emotional here, but when your character said, "I'm okay" to Pendleton, I did get emotional during watching it because it reminded me of my father's final words to me before he passed. But when I watched it, I also smiled because I thought Pop is going to be okay, and I wanted to thank you for that. Truly, thank you so much.
That is so sweet that you would say that to me. It's such a personal thing, and I appreciate you passing that on to me so much. You have no idea. It's reasons like that I try and do my best. So thank you so much for that.
Wow. And the effusive praise continues. Carol writes it and says, "Hi, Vincent. I just would like to say a big thank you for all the many hours of entertainment you've given myself and countless others on screen. You are looking great as Kingpin. I'm looking forward to all the new releases this year and next year. Thank you." So much love coming forth to you for these projects.
Pretty cool, yeah.
And you've had an amazing
Carol.
career. You've had an amazing career, man. And you're only in the middle of it. We got 50 more years of this.
Yeah. We'll see about that.